Use substitution to integrate the integral of x over the square root of 1 minus 4x squared dx. This one looks even more complicated than the other examples we've done, but we do still have a composition of functions here, the square root of 1 minus 4x squared. So we're going to still make a substitution for that inner function by letting u equal 1 minus 4x squared. Now we can differentiate this. The derivative of a constant is 0, and then we've got negative 4 times the derivative of x squared. The derivative of x squared is 2x, and when we multiply that by negative 4, that's going to give us negative 8x. And then if we move that dx to the other side, we get our differential du equals negative 8x dx. Now, if we look at our problem, we don't have a negative 8x anywhere, but we do have an x, and we do have this dx here. In fact, we can rewrite this, if we want, as the integral of 1 over the square root of 1 minus 4x squared. And then we can put that x dx off to the side. And that might make it a little clear that we need to get this x dx alone over here. And so we need to divide by negative 8. So that's going to be negative 1/8 du equals x dx. And now we're able to go through and put that substitution in the integrand. When we replace 1 minus 4x squared with u, this is going to turn into 1 over the square root of u. And then that x dx is going to become negative 1/8 du. And I'm going to put that negative 1/8 out front. And we can rewrite this as u to the negative 1/2. Might make it just a little bit easier for us to use the power rule there. So when we integrate that, we need to add 1 to the exponent. And negative 1/2 plus 1 is positive 1/2. So that's going to be u to the positive 1/2 divided by 1/2. And then we'll need a constant of integration on the outside. Now, if we're dividing by 1/2, that's the same as multiplying by 2. So this 1/2 in the denominator could become a 2 in the numerator. And then that negative 2/8 is going to reduce to negative 1/4. And then we've got u to the 1/2, or the square root of u. And we know u is 1 minus 4x squared. And then plus that constant on the outside. And so this is what we get. Actually, it's a little nicer if we move that into one fraction. Negative square root of 1 minus 4x squared over 4 plus a constant. It's probably a little bit more nicely written that way. But either way, we're able to use substitution here. And even though we don't have negative 8x dx in the integrand, we've got the x dx, and we can just divide away that negative 8, and it works like a charm.